NTC. My name is Kayla Ellis, and I'm with Oku Nashville and Gospel of Kocktail, and I'm super excited because I've got a really fun cocktail that I've come up with for you guys. Yeah, let's get into it. So this is called the Golden Age Spritz, and it's kind of all going in theme with what you guys are celebrating tonight. I wanted to pull from some old classic flavors and using really fresh ingredients. So I'm thinking back to the Gold Rush era, and that's kind of a big era for the craft cocktail scene, because back then we were looking at all fresh ingredients. Jerry Thomas was kind of a big bartender during that era, and he was larger than life. Everything was about big flavors and pulling together really unique concepts. At that time too, Japan came over to study American culture and to kind of get a feel for what we were doing with the craft cocktail scene. So when we got hit with Prohibition, they took this art form and were like a time capsule for the most beautiful aspects of this art of the bar. So I'm gonna share some of those flavors with you, and I can't wait to kind of see what you guys think. We are going to do a virtual happy hour, so this will be the YouTube video link that you guys will be able to follow, and it'll be made available to you guys. But when we do our virtual happy hour, you guys can ask me any questions. We'll have about 30 minutes, and I can give you my contact information if there's any cocktails you want to make in the future. So I can't wait to see you guys for the virtual happy hour, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get into this cocktail. So I'm gonna start off with the non-alcoholic ingredients, because in your kit is all the non-alcoholic ingredients. If you wanna make your kit into a mocktail, you can take that little batch you have and top it off with club soda, and then it'll make about 3 or 4 little non-alcoholic drinks for you. So that'll be really tasty. But if you want to spice it up and go ahead and make it a cocktail, there's going to be a line on your bottle where you're just going to pour up the rest of the way with the alcohol of your choosing. For the cocktail I'm making right now, I'm going to show you how it looks to make an individual cocktail with this recipe. So we're going to start off with a 1/2 ounce of agave. This agave syrup is about 2 parts agave to 1 part water. A lychee puree, 0.75 of that. And then fresh lemon juice, just a 1/2 ounce of that. I really suggest playing with fresh ingredients. If you ever get those squeezy bottles of lemon or lime in your house, they just don't play the right way in your cocktail. They're going to diminish all of the major components of your spirit, and it's not gonna come across the same way you want it to. And then the bittering agent is both a bittering agent and kind of like when you add like salt and pepper to your dish, it just brings everything together. So I'm using a black lava salt that I let rest with 2 different kinds of bitters, Peychaud's and Angostura. So I'm just doing a heavy 2 dashes of that. And that's just going to bring all of the big flavors together. Those are called aromatic bitters or binding bitters because they bind and bring everything together. So for this individual cocktail, I'm gonna choose gin. I'm gonna do Rivas gin, which is a Spanish gin, really kind of juicy, very clean. It plays well with the lychee. But at home, you can do this with vodka, you can do it with whiskey, you can do this with tequila. It's your spirit of choice. I made this drink so that it would pair with any spirit that you enjoy. We wanna make it easy so you can just have fun with your cocktail at home. So you're gonna get your ice. If you're making this individual, you can get a shaker tin like this, but when you get this little container at home, all of the batch will be in here, and then you're gonna pour up to the line with your spirit of choice. So all you gotta do is close the cap, give it a good shake, and then pour it over ice. So it'll be really simple. I'm gonna give this a good shake. So I'm pumping tons of air bubbles in there. I wanna make it nice and crisp and a little effervescent. And then we've got these beautiful big ice cubes. If you don't have these big ice cubes at home, that is okay. Any ice will do. We get our ice from Nashville Bar Alliance. They're awesome. They make ice for home calls too. So I highly suggest them. And then we're just gonna strain it. You can fine strain it if you want with one of these, but I'm just gonna pour it right over the ice. There we go. Now, if you like, I know that you guys got some delicious bubbles in your kit at home. So if you want, you could pour this in a taller glass And it would be so tasty just to pour a little splash, like about a ½ ounce to an ounce of your bubbles right on top. I like mine to be a little bit more compact and concentrated with the flavor, so I'm not going to add the bubbles this time, but you can totally do that at home and it'll be delicious. It goes great, and that's kind of what makes it a spritz too. I take the garnish that you're going to get is going to be probably about this size, because that's really all you need. You'll get a couple of those, but once you get all of the oil from this colorful side, then you're going to get all of the aromatics as you sip. On this side, where the pith is, this kind of pale yellow colored side, this only offers bitter. It doesn't offer aroma, it doesn't offer any major flavors, so there's nothing fun on this side for you when you're putting it on your cocktail. I see people do that all the time. I don't know if you do this too, so don't feel bad, because everybody does it. But I'll see people get their garnish and rub it like that around their glass. That just means you're rubbing all of that bitter side into the outer part of your glass, so the first thing that your tongue is going to touch is the inner side of that pith. You want the colorful side. That's where all of the really nice, bright orange oil is. And it's so, so good. Okay, I'm gonna have a little taste. Cheers.